Thanks for tuning in today for TapRooT TV. I'm Emily Pritt and I'm here with Mark Paradise. And we're going to talk about the 8 tracks that we have in the Global 2022 TapRooT Summit. We have 8 of them, so we're going to start off.
You know, you say 8 tracks. It sounds like when I was...
Oh, 8 tracks.
An 8-track tape. We've got 8-track tapes at the summit. No, that's not it, is it?
No. We have...
What is a track?
A track is, it's like a grouping of topics, like compliance is one of those tracks.
Like topics grouped into a topic, so that track sort of represents what are current issues in that topic.
That's right.
All right.
So of the 8, we're going to start at the top with investigation and root cause analysis.
Okay. So a lot of people are probably interested in investigation and root cause analysis. And what we do is we work with the session leader and people in the advisory board and other people who send in suggestions to say what should be in that track. And we get a big meeting together of all the track leaders who've asked all these people, what would you like to hear about? And we come up with a schedule for all these, and we put them into tracks where people who are interested in investigations and root cause analysis should, if they really want to find out about that topic, they then just sign up for that track, and all the sessions, the breakout sessions, are grouped together to be things that they would be interested in. So the first one would be investigation and root cause analysis, and that would have things about investigations and root cause analysis. And we're going to do a separate one of these for each of these tracks. We're going to do a separate video for the details of those. But what you'll know about incident investigation and root cause analysis is it'll have things in there about better, faster investigations, things about when you're doing an investigation, how to listen better when you're doing interviews, and some examples of investigations that TapRooT users have done, so you can see what other people are doing with their investigations. That's just a few of the topics, and that's not all of them, but it gives you a feel for the kinds of things that are in that track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one to go with. The next is quality, operational excellence, and asset reliability.
So there's a lot to go into this track, and I'd like to say it's the track about improving performance in general. And whether that's an operational excellence program, whether that's a quality program, or whether that's an asset management program to make your equipment work better, all of those are just general improvement topics. And so we've got things in that track that are of interest to the people who may be using Equifactor to improve performance, or maybe setting up an operational excellence program, or things that are, a little bit different about using TapRooT in the quality arena. So any one of those, you once again see the detailed video for the details on this, but it's one of those things where it's focused on those topics, and they sort of go together to form a track.
I like that. Good explanation, and it's better than I could do. Now the next one we have, it's our third option here, is human performance. That's
the track that I'm doing, so I'll be doing another video. You'll see it sometime in the future. That's about the human performance track. But once again, it was topics that we picked out that we thought, wow, people need to hear about this. One of them was going to be a repeat from last year. It's the fighting fatigue presentation, which I know a lot of people didn't get to come live, and neither did the speaker last year. So they were both virtual, and that's a little tougher to give that talk. But I think we're going to get everybody here this year in Knoxville. Looks like things are once again improving with COVID. And hopefully by next May, 2nd through the 6th, everything will be great in Knoxville, and we'll be here and we'll be at the convention center. And you can actually talk to these people face to face. That's what I want to do. So we've got a lot of good topics about improving human performance. And on top of that, before the summit, we've got the courses, and we've got the Stopping Human Error course right before the summit. So if you're really interested in stopping human error, improving human performance, what do they want to call it? Human performance technology, or whatever they want to call it, you ought to be at that course and come to this track.
Yeah. We also have safety and risk. It's another hot topic.
So that's a little bit different than the operational excellence quality track. It's mainly focused on safety and risk management. Once again, before the summit, you've got Jim Whiting's risk management course, which is a great one to go to if you're interested in risk management. And then you've got the summit, which takes all the topics around that safety and risk management field and puts them in one thing, so you can once again click and say, I'm really interested in improving safety. That's the one to go to.
Yeah. And we also have compliance.
Compliance, really this came from Alex and a couple of guys from the EPA 2 years ago, and they said, wow, you've got a great summit, but you really need a track focused on compliance with regulatory or other practices, ISO, EPA regulations, OSHA regulations, any kind of regulatory thing, and how do you get better compliance? So that's what that whole track is about. We've got regulatory people coming to talk about their views on it. We've got other people coming to talk about sort of the non-regulatory side of compliance. So I think that'll be, for anybody interested in compliance, that'll be a really interesting session.
Yeah, especially it's coming from the regulatory authorities that are speaking on that.
Right. Last year they had one on people not going to jail. I think they're going to have some of that. Well, you know, you break environmental regulations, you can have bad things happen.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to do that. And they're going to have that plus some more in this year's session on the EPA regulations. And there's people from OSHA and other people coming too.
And then we've got soft skills, something everybody needs.
Yeah, this was it's sort of we started off a couple of years ago with a track that was sort of different things. And this year we decided to put it into soft skills, which means things that are skills that you need, but they may not fit into one of these other tracks. And so that's what we're going to have, and it's Barb's track, and she's putting it together, and I think once again, it'll be a really great track, and you really need to see the detailed one on that to get all the details about that track to decide, you know, this is something different, maybe I want to sign up for that one.
Yeah, and then we've got executive leadership.
This first year we've had executive leadership. We want to get vice presidents, directors, plant managers to come to the summit, and so we've created a track to do that. That's topics that should be of interest to them. And we've got one of the keynote speakers also talking about what senior management should want from root cause analysis. So that should be a really interesting talk for them also.
That's a good one. And then our last track, of course, is all about instructors.
Have we made it through 8 already?
Yeah, we're on number 8.
Number 8 is the certified instructor track. And what we do is there's a couple of required things for them to go to, and one of them is what's new in the TapRooT 2-day course, or now in this case 3-day virtual course, and then other topics that should be of interest to certified instructors. Sometimes those are around the training skills they need. Sometimes those are around the new things that we're trying to teach people. Sometimes those are around being a better investigator. Since they're teaching investigators, they need to know those things. And so that's really skills they should have and things they need to know to be a better TapRooT instructor.
Easy enough. So if somebody's already in the compliance field, it's real easy to just pick the compliance track and you have everything right there like you said.
Right.
But there is that benefit where you can, if you don't want to just kind of lock in everything under one track, you can pick and customize.
Once you pick your track, when you go to register and you pick your track, you can go to every session and say, no, I don't think I want to go to that one. I think I want to go to this one either. And the software for signing up for the summit, it's really easy to go change which ones you want to go to. And of course, when you're really here, if you decide to change the day of the session, you can do that too.
Right.
So it's not like you're stuck in a session, you have to go to that one. We just want to make it easy for people to register, easy for people to choose a track, choose some sessions, and if you want to change your mind later, you can. We try to get the numbers before the summit so we know what size room to have each session in, so that we don't have, 100 people in one room and 3 in another, and we put the 3 in the largest room and 100 in a small room. Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we try to get it so that everybody fits, and we also try to keep their tracks more or less in the same room. That doesn't always work out, especially if there's big waves of lots of people, little people, but we try to do that.
Yeah.
so it's easier for the summit. You don't have to keep changing rooms every time
Yeah.
at each break.
Right. So going online, registering for the summit, going ahead and selecting tracks because registration's open.
Registration's open.
Best thing to do. That way you already have an overview of what's going on. You can see what each track involves, who's going to be presenting, what the topic is, and then make that choice.
Yeah, we like people. I know between now and the summit we'll have 1 or 2 speakers change because it always happens. But we like to get the schedule set up early so people can consider what there is at the summit that they'd like to see, so they can sign up early, get all their travel arrangements made, get all their approvals in their company, and not wait till the last minute. It also helps us then because we know how many people we're planning for and all the planning we have to do to set up the summit. So we don't try to wait till the last minute to say, here's who's coming. We try to give you that information in advance so that you can be ready to sign up, or sign up right now, in fact. If you already know you're coming, which I know there's some people who've told me they already know they're coming, so they might as well get signed up and pick what they want to go to. And if things change, they can change what they want to do later on. They don't have to re-register. They don't have to go and officially change things. They can just make a note. Now, what's important is when you pick your topics, those topics are going to be on the back of your badge.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth.
So well, there we go. So it's real easy for people. They just take a look at the back of their badge. Also, we have the, what is the name of the Whova software, so you can pull your phone out and say, which one am I supposed to be at? You can also use your phone in the schedule in there to say, okay, I'm in this one officially. That's what shows the back of my badge. But today I found out this person is really interesting and I want to go to their session. So you can do that kind of last minute switching and do it that way.
Yeah, the badge is helpful.
We are not planning to do the virtual this year. We're hoping the virtual stuff is over and you can be there in person. And why that's good is that there's a lot more interaction when people are there. The hardest part you can interact with the speaker virtually, and the speaker can interact with the people there live, obviously. But getting the people who are there live to interact with the virtual people is the hardest. And we think everybody being there makes that a much better interaction that happens. So that's why we're going to try to do it all in person this year.
Well, that's a good overview of the 8 tracks that we have to choose.
The 8 tracks.
8 tracks.
The 8 tracks that we have to.
8 tracks that we have. We don't have 8 tracks. We got iPods and all that. Of those tracks.
All right.
There's 8 of them. Yeah.
I did have an 8-track player in my 1963 Econoline van. So I'm familiar with 8 tracks.
I'm familiar with cassette tapes, so.
Yeah, well, that came along next.
Yeah.
I was sort of, back in the dark ages there. Dinosaurs and 8 tracks, that's about it.
Yeah. 8
Okay.
tracks. All right. Well, is there anything else we need to add?
I think we're good.
Okay, well.
Watch the detailed ones of these. They'll come out later, and we'll see you then.
Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, leave us comments, and tell us what track are you going to sign up for.
That's a good thing. What track are you thinking of signing up for? Leave that as a comment down below, and we'll see what people are thinking. Sounds great.
See you later.